Hello, Nick here. I'm sitting in this chair, book in hand, and I feel like I'm about to tell you a bedtime story, but actually I'm going to talk to you about price reductions instead. When you go to market, you don't ever think you're going to reduce the price of your house. It's not something that people even often consider at that stage, but it does happen, and lots of reasons for it. And interestingly, owners always think it's a huge negative having to reduce the price of the property. It isn't. From a buyer's point of view, it's no different to buying a pair of shoes. If your shoes are cheaper today than they were yesterday, well, that's a positive, and exactly the same when you're selling your house. But there is a right and a wrong way to reduce the price of your property. The wrong way is chipping off small amounts over time can absolutely kill the marketing of the property and really affect the price you end up achieving. What an estate agent should be doing is listening to the market, getting feedback. So if they're proposing a price reduction, they can give you advice as to what it needs to be dropped down to ensure that the market will react positively to it. Now, the other thing that they can do is make sure that it's on a Rightmove price point, and we've got another video on that. But essentially, being on a Rightmove price point will get you dramatically more inquiries than being off one. So that's very important. But overall, a price reduction is there to sell the property, and bear in mind, it's a short window. So if you reduce the price of the property and you haven't had any change in activity over a 2-week period, for example, the price reduction hasn't worked, and it probably won't. Anyone who's looking in the market would have seen it and would have reacted to it by that stage. So when you're looking at reducing the price of your property, speak to your agent about making sure it's on a Rightmove price point. The number needs to be enough, or the percentage it's dropped by needs to be enough to make a difference. As a very general rule, I would always think 5% is probably a minimum, but there can be variance to that. Sometimes a price needs a tweak, sometimes it needs something a little bit more significant. But the most important thing is listen to the market and react accordingly, and don't think it's a negative, because it can be a positive. And remember, the whole point of a price reduction is simply to get your house sold. So I hope that's been useful. If you have any questions, or if there's anything else we can help with, please do get in contact with us. Thanks very much.